Here's to the one that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, and toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. Memories bring back you. Hey friends, how's it going? David Potts here with Song Notes, and a quick lesson I want to squeeze in for the song Memories by Maroon 5. So this one came in by request from a supporter of mine on Patreon. Thanks for the many requests you've sent my way, and thanks to all of you who do support me there. I hope you all are enjoying a PDF song notes that I put out. So I have one for this song as well. You can get it there at my website, playsongnotes.com. Basically all the chords, all the lyrics, you know, the chord diagrams, and a few different strumming patterns down here as well. So great little resource for you to learn this song outside of this video. And let's dive right into this one. So off the bat, I'm going to say I'm going to do a strummy version of this song, okay? This is not going to be following the exact tab that Maroon 5 is playing. I just want this to be a bit more campfire, a bit more friendly, something you could just pick up and go with, right? I'm not going to be too worried about precision necessarily. Off the bat, let's look at the chords we're going to need. So we'll be capo on the 4th fret. That'll let us use easy chords and still be able to play along with the Maroon 5 records. The chords will look like this. Now, most of these are going to be relatively straightforward, right? You have your G, you have your C, you have your D, and you have your E minor. Okay, those are all open chords that you should know, right? Now the B minor is going to be the tricky one here. So the full way to play B minor is the thinnest 5 strings, right? 2nd, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, barring the 2nd fret. I have a video showing you how to play this chord, but if you can't do bar chords yet, and you really just want to get the sort of easiest B minor that's possible, I would recommend just doing the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, okay? This is like a power chord in the sense it's neither major nor minor, but you don't need to understand what that means. The benefit of doing this is you don't need to bar anything, right? So you don't have to do the thing where you push down all the strings with your index finger. So that's going to be your B minor. And a couple tricks I'll say with this is when you're playing the E minor, I recommend playing it with your middle and ring finger, and that lets you slide the ring finger up to the B minor position, okay? Whether you're playing the B minor, like the simple version I showed you, or if you're doing the B minor, the full bar chord. In either case, you're gonna have your left ring finger on the 4th string. So you might as well start on the E minor with that left ring finger on that 4th string as well. So left middle on the 5th string, left ring on the 4th string for the E minor, and then slide that ring finger up to the 4th fret and go into the B minor. Okay, so that's a chord trick, I'll tell you. And now let's move on into the chord progression here. So the great thing about this song is it's one progression that repeats for the entire song. All the verses, all the choruses, the intro, the post-chorus, all that stuff. It uses this one progression. So quite simply, what makes this sort of distinct and interesting is the fact that in each measure, right, in each 4-beat measure, the 2nd chord in each measure is going to happen on the and count between the 2 and the 3. So it almost sounds like the 2nd chord in each measure is coming a little bit early, right? So check this out. If I count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? So that's a G to D, then E minor to B minor, and C to G, right? Then C to D. Okay? So I believe that's called pushing the chord. It's happening an 8th note earlier than our ear sort of expects. I think our ear expects things to happen evenly, right? Every 2 counts there's going to be a chord, but what's happening is that 2nd chord is coming early, so it kind of like it pulls you toward it, or I guess it's called a push, whatever the technical term is. It adds a bit of distinction there, right? It almost feels like those 2 chords are happening pretty close together, but then what that does is it creates an extra 8th note of space after that 2nd chord. So this is something that's common in all the measures. And what I recommend doing for this song is put on the Maroon 5 version, okay? Get your guitar out, put the capo on the 4th fret, get this, the sort of printout I have here, and then just play a single down strum, right, on the 1 count and on the 2 and count, and go along with the changes. Play along with Maroon 5. Part of you might want to strum a little bit faster. try to resist that. Just get used to this feel, right? So again, we'll just do, let me sort of do a slow play through the chorus. There's a single down strum for each chord. I'm not going to get anything crazier with strumming yet, but you'll sort of get the idea of what I'm talking about, right? So it would be like, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, and toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. The memories bring back you. Okay? So that's what I really would recommend doing. Last night I was practicing this song. I listened to it 3 or 4 times in a row just doing that, and it really helped me get a feel for things. So if you want to spice things up a bit, there is a more full strum that I have tabbed out here. This is a bit more complicated. This would be down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 G, D, E minor, B minor, C, G, C, D. All right, one more time. Here's to the ones that we got. And cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Now don't rush that strumming pattern. If it's too much for you, I recommend just dialing it down. Start with a simple one and just sort of, ease your way into it. Now, one more thing I want to talk about with rhythm here is to add a little bit of an effect that mimics the sound of the Maroon 5 version is you can add a percussive slap, or even just silencing your strings on the 2 and the 4 count of every measure. And here's what that's going to sound like. And even if I do the simple strum, this will work. So all I'm going to do is sort of bring my right hand into the strings and kill the sound, right? Just by touching the string with my palm. I'm going to do that on every 2 count and every 4 count. And then you get this effect, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through, right? It's a nice little way to add a distinction to the song. And if you want to get a bit more advanced, you can do a bit of a slap strum. And I teach this in lesson 197. If you go to my website, playsongnotes.com, I'll show it to you. But that would sound like this, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm kind of exaggerating it. Here's to the ones that we got. Messed up. And you can do this with the full strum too, right? This is much more tricky. The key, though, I would say, is no matter what strum you do and no matter what percussive affect you add, try to stay in that beat. That's more important than any fanciness you can add. Because if you're adding fanciness and you're losing the groove, it kind of doesn't sound as great. So yeah, that's sort of what I would say about this one. A couple other things of nuance here is if you look at the song notes I have, this chorus that starts off the song, you're going to repeat this about 3 times throughout the song. Now, every time you go into a verse next, which happens twice, right? There's a verse that's after the first chorus, and then there's a verse that's after the, I believe it's the second post-chorus. Basically, you want to play the last G of the chorus and let it sort of kind of kill it immediately and then wait 2 beats before you start the verse. Here's what that sounds like. I'm going to play the last line of a chorus and go into the first verse, and you'll see what I mean, right? So, because the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember. Da, 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 da. So what's happening there is basically on that last you can either play the G or just silence your strings, but either way, you want to do you want to do 2 counts before you start again, right? So drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back 1 and 2. There's a time that I remember, and I did not know no pain, right? So that's just something you'll pick up, especially if you listen along to the Maroon 5 version while you're playing, is before you start the verses, you want to have that silence, right? And it's an important part, again, that adds distinction to this song. So that's going to be it for this one. I hope this was helpful for you. Again, it's just learn this one progression, right? Get the printout if you can. Memorize the chords, the first day or so, just work on playing the chords, work on that change from the E minor to the B minor. This is the hardest chord change for sure, right? Sort of understand that you're going to have that second chord of each measure come a little bit early, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, right? So take it slow, and then maybe the second or third day you're playing, depending on how fast you're moving along, put on the Maroon 5 version, play along with it a few times, right? And then don't really rush yourself into the full strum, because that's just gonna it's gonna be tricky if you don't have the chord switching down yet, or you don't have that rhythm down yet. The additional strumming is just gonna mess you up. So that's my advice. Now, if you want to get a full tab for this song, I would look elsewhere on YouTube. I would check out Guitar 0 to Hero. He does really great lessons that are really precise and on point. He shows you how to play it without a capo and with a capo, full tab for each. Great teacher. I recommend checking him out. But again, I wanted to just do this strum-along version, so get the PDF at the website, playsongnotes.com. Thanks to all of you who are supporting me on Patreon and through the tip jar. And keep the requests coming. I can't get to every request. There's just too many coming in. But the more you send in, the more likelihood I'll be able to get to one. And that's all I'll say. So thanks again to all of you who are supporting me. This has been David Potts. Take care, my friends. Have a great night, and bye-bye.